What's up, YouTube? It's your boy NextGenNero back with another video, man. I don't know if I would necessarily call this a review, but I would kind of call it a review slash, let's say, passion video, right? Because today we just having a discussion amongst ourselves and amongst my fellow Mass Effect fans. If you come across this video, please make sure you subscribe. So what I want to talk about today is why Mass Effect 1 is a masterpiece and why it's my favorite in the trilogy, and why I honestly think it is the best game of the trilogy. And I know that might be controversial, but guys, all of these games is goated, some more than others. I know a lot of people love Mass Effect 2, and for me, it was really close. But in this video, I'm hoping I can explain a few reasons why I'm gonna give Mass Effect 1 the edge, why I think it's the better game, why I think the series progressively took step backs in certain places that meant a lot to me as an RPG lover and as a sci-fi nut myself. So guys, let's get right into it. If you know me or you've been around the channel, you can kind of tell, like, when it comes to video games, I have a taste, if you will. Skyrim, one of my favorite games of all time. I want to do a passion video for that too. So if this does well, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, guys, and let me know if you would like more of these style videos, man. This is just really me talking into my microphone, man, and just having the experience with me and all of my supporters. So you guys, I really appreciate this, man. It means a lot for anybody that's watching. So Mass Effect means a lot to me, man, and I absolutely love RPGs, whether it's Dragon's Dogma, Skyrim, Starfield, even smaller RPGs like Greedfall. To me is really dope. The Outer Worlds is one of my favorite RPGs. Shout out Obsidian, they be cooking. I can't wait to review Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed this year. But Mass Effect sits near and dear to my heart, and a lot of people could not understand why I loved Starfield so much the way I did, despite a lot of its shortcomings and a lot of its flaws. I never said Starfield is the perfect game, and I'm also going to go on a hinge right now and let you know that Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 are not perfect games. I believe it's no close thing as a perfect game, although San Andreas and Doom Eternal get pretty close, and Skyrim is pretty perfect, but it's no such thing as perfect, because perfect means there's no room for improvement, and even your favorite game of all time could be improved, right? So this game means a lot to me, man. The thing that I loved about Starfield, right, is the same thing that makes me put Mass Effect 1 over the other two. And for me, the biggest thing is the feel of exploring. The exploration in this game was absolutely amazing. Being able to land on uncharted worlds, and granted, a lot of those worlds is barren, a lot of these worlds is empty, a lot of these worlds people might completely ignore. But for me, to immerse myself in the feet of Shepard and the feet of this universe, right, that BioWare created at the time, I wanted to fully immerse myself. And to me, that's huge. I love Starfield, and being able to read paragraphs, whether it's 2-3 sentences, 4 or 5, or maybe 2 paragraphs about every single planet in the game, is just absolutely amazing. I know the other 2 games does this as well, but this is where Mass Effect 1 wins for me, because being able to land on these uncharted worlds and drive around the Mako, no matter how clunky and how non-fluid it is / was just a god tier goated feeling. And to this day, it cannot be copied or replaced. As much as I love Starfield, Starfield had thousands of planets, right, and none of those planets touched even 3, 4, 5 of the barren planets I touched in Mass Effect. And for me, that's absolutely huge. The RPG elements felt much more flushed out in the first game as well, in my humble opinion. It just felt like you had a little more control over your squad mates. Now I have to be careful with how I word this. I don't want to downplay Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3, because guys, those games are amazing as well. But it did take a step back, from being able to land on planets and just being able to immerse myself a lot more. It just wasn't there in Mass Effect 2. And for me personally, that was a little disappointing. Now, Mass Effect 2 and 3 does a lot of things well over 1. Graphics, of course, that's obvious. some people say it has a better flow. So a lot of people really love 2, and I love 2 as well, right? 2 is near and dear to my heart. 3 is as well. I actually love all 3 games. A lot of people don't like Mass Effect 3, but it's not. I don't not like the game. I'm sorry. And Mass Effect Andromeda, mid as fuck, but guess what? I still enjoyed the game. And to me, being able to explore these worlds was just so peak at the time. The first time you play Mass Effect, I sat through listening through all the codecs, right, that had audio. To me, this one is the best one because it's the introduction to the world, right? 2 and 3 is building upon this great world and, giving more depth and stuff like that, which can be appreciated. But for Mass Effect 1 to be the beginning of it all, to be so flushed out, for it to be the first game in a goated franchise and a goated trilogy, to that point, I think that holds and carries a lot of weight. I'm gonna keep comparing Starfield, guys, and I know that might rub a lot of people the wrong way. Some people might be like, yo, can't compare, but those are 2 of my favorite games, whether you like them or not. That's just my opinion. Hopefully we're all adults, we can respect other people's opinions. But the reason I compare them, right, is because as much as I love Starfield, it is things that Mass Effect does so well that make me scuff and look over at Starfield with like the stank face, things that I want to improve. For one, the companions in here and throughout every Mass Effect game is absolutely goated. Absolutely loved it. The decision makings across all games was terrific, but the decision making in this game kind of hit just a little more to me. You whether it's the Rachni, trying to destroy them, granted they come back to be a nuisance in later games, whether it's Ashley or Kaidan not making it off that planet. I'm not saying that Mass Effect 2 and 3 don't have these type of heartfelt important decisions, because they definitely do, and some might argue they do even to a higher degree. But for me at the time, the impact that this game has had, it was just nothing short of amazing. And the game is aging like fine wine too. Shout out to the Legendary Edition. And the reason I'm making this video is I throw it up at some point. I just got the Platinum Trophy for this game, man, and it's just so good, man, and it's absolutely peak. And I want for them, when they go and make Mass Effect 4, I really hope they just go back to the roots. Simple writing, just great storylines, great people throughout the world. Want to meet them, playing Mass Effect 1 and then playing 3 and then Andromeda makes you scratch your head. What went wrong, what went left, and a lot of things went left, and more importantly, a lot of people left, and that's very important. Do I have faith in Mass Effect 4? I definitely do, because I'm not one of these sad gamers that make it seem like the gaming sky is never blue. It's always cloudy, it's always storming, it's raining, everything is DEI, everything is woke. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, dude. All right, it's hidden messages in all of these games, right? Only difference is before really 2020, I would say, nobody really gave a fuck. It was just up until recently that people like to point out the hidden messages that these devs and other human beings put in these games, whether it's them representing themselves or representing somebody they care about. I just think like that solely shouldn't be what a game is judged by. I personally enjoy Dragon Age of Veilguard, but because that's the only Dragon Age I played. So, maybe that opinion will be different if I play other ones. Can I admit the writing in Dragon Age Veilguard can be cringy as fuck at times? Hell yeah. But can I also admit that that game does a lot of things well? Hell yeah, it does, yo. So, with BioWare, man, they can be hit or miss, especially late. But I got faith in them, man. I think Mass Effect 4 is going to be a great game. But back to Mass Effect 1, everything about this game was just great, man. Another thing I really liked it, right, as far as the combat, was really the heating system of the guns. I didn't like the thermal clips and stuff like that in the second game, and in the third game I felt like that was a step back. So in some aspects, certain aspects is just step backs. The combat is improved in the other games, but aspects of the combat that is improved I don't look at as improvement. To me, the heating systems of the guns was a lot doper than running out of ammo. You know, knowing that your gun can overheat, but you always had bullets no matter how many enemies was coming at you. I thought that was really dope. Another thing I loved about Mass Effect 1 is Saren. You know, I feel like Saren was a great villain. You know, before we got to the Reapers, you know, the Reapers is the main villains in the other games, and you know, they're great. But it's just like Saren had a lot of aura about him. You know, from the moment he shot Silas in the head, like, I don't know, man. It's just he had a lot of aura about him. You know, the console people in this game was annoying as hell, to the point where even on my playthroughs where I wanted to be as good as possible, I was still very tempted to sacrifice them sons of bitches for humanity and for the better of the system. But guys, I just love Mass Effect 1, yo. This game is absolutely amazing. I just felt like, you know, I wanted to put a video out saying why this is my personal favorite and why I think it's the best in the franchise. And it all boils down to that exploration aspect. I feel like when you have a sci-fi game on this level, you know, even in Mass Effect 2 and 3, right? Let's say they took it back from 20 uncharted worlds you can land on. Let's say in Mass Effect 2 they gave you 10, then in Mass Effect 3 they gave you 5. But each time it got less planets, the planets got more detailed and more stuff on there. I personally think that would have been very dope to continue. Hopefully this is one of my most requested features of Mass Effect 4, to please bring back the ability to land on these planets, man. To me, that's just such an underrated aspect of this game, and it's what I love. You know, people on Twitter and even on YouTube and maybe even in this comment section would make fun of me for, you know, enjoying Starfield. I have fully surveyed over 200 planets in that game, right? Is it tedious? Is it boring at time? Absolutely. But it's the fact that that explorer in me, you know, want to land and want to go put my boots on the ground and explore and see what's here. Now, whether it's anything there or not, depends on the planet, and it depends on you as a person. For me personally, it was always something here on these planets for me, because I absolutely loved the sceneries a lot of the time. Just driving around in a Mako on these planets was an absolute vibe, guys. So this has just been, you know, a little video. I just wanted to say why I absolutely love Mass Effect, yo. It looks amazing. It runs amazing in the Legendary Edition. It's always going on sale. Guys, if you want more videos like this where it's just unstructured, yo, this is literally just me chilling in front of my monitor with Mass Effect pause in the background, guys. Chilling, talking amongst myself with you guys. Whether this video get 5 views or 10 views, I don't give a damn. I'm just happy to, you know, give love and light to one of the gaming franchises that scoped me as a gamer from young and to the man I am today. So guys, if you made it to this point in the video, please leave a like. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on the Game Pass Daily channel, please check out our podcast every Saturday at 7 p.m. The Aim Down Sights with yours truly, the homie you know I got soul, Red Dad Panda, and hopefully my boy Rhetri will make a turn soon. It's been your boy NextGenNero, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.